Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. It's the Que-stead show. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. Well, I guess I finally have something to record. It's midwinter. It is January, I believe, the 21st, 2024. And I have some updates for you. As you all know from the last video, I explained how my greenhouse collapsed. So I ordered another one. This one is a 20 by 10 by 7 foot greenhouse. Is a hoop house, and it's going to be reinforced. I'll explain that later. So that arrived. It took only 2 days. It's by a company called Ida Homes, or Yida Homes, or Yida is Yitahomes. And what I liked about this greenhouse, I took my time to research and everything. It is one of the cheaper greenhouses. Actually, this one was regularly $250. It went on sale the night before I ordered it. It went on sale for $109. Then that next day, the ones that went on sale for the $109 were sold out. So then they bumped the price up the next day, which is the day that I got it. And I ended up paying $157 for it, which is still a good price. I still saved $100 on the greenhouse. And now they're even higher than the $256. So I'm just happy that God blessed me with it. And what I ended up doing was I wanted to modify my loan because it was just about paid off. So I thought that maybe they would let me tack on the amount that the greenhouse would cost to the loan, and I would just pay either extra money and still be on track to get it paid off in April as scheduled. And but they wouldn't let me do it. They said you have to have it. You have to at least owe $1,000 before they let you modify it. So I ended up. He said, but you can take out a second loan. He said, which is called a quick loan. He said so. He said it has to be a minimum of $500, which is more than what I needed. He said, but you take out a loan for the $500, and and the payment is only $40 a month. But I plan to knock that out real soon. In fact, I'm going to pay double on the other loan and then knock out the $40 for this. And then when the other loan is paid off, probably early, it should be paid off by March with me doubling the loan. So once that's paid off in March, then I'm going to double that one and have it paid off by, I'm hoping by June or July. So that's the plan for that. And then I ended up ordering some 10-gallon poly bags. Those are sitting on top of the greenhouse. I ordered those because every year that I want to order more of the poly bags for my crates because they fit in so well, they sell out so fast. So I noticed they were selling out again, but I found one company that had them, and so I hurried up and snagged them up. So I got 25 bags, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, so let me get the stand set up. I have the phone on the stand, so excuse all the movement and stuff, but I need to telescope this and stand it up, and then I'm coming on camera for the first time. That is, if I can get this tripod set up. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. It's telescoping now. Okay, now. Okay, now let me tighten it back up and let me stand it up. I hope it doesn't fall. And then I'll switch the camera around so that I can explain all the other stuff. It's seed season, y'all, so y'all know what that means. Okay, now, hold on. I'm trying to make sure because my rug here isn't level. So I gotta make sure I stand this up so it doesn't fall over. And it keeps going down every time I try to stand it. Let's see. Okay, I think, nope. It might fall during the course of this video. Hold on. Let me move this. I'm gonna move my crochet. Okay, there we go. I put it up against my crochet bucket here. Now it's leaning. Doggone it. Let me move it over. I just got to get it on the level carpet, that's all. And excuse the junk, y'all. And you can see my Quirky Q bags over there. I finished 2, and I'm working on one of my own. This is going to be the watermelon bag. I'm almost done with it. Let me show it to you. Here it is. I got to put the seeds on it and finish off the straps, and then it's done. I'm waiting on my yarn. I ordered it 2 weeks ago, and because of the weather, there was a delay, and so it's now in transit. I should receive that tomorrow. Okay, let me see if I can get the camera switched around. Uh-oh, I'm not seeing that option on here. Hold on. Come on. It won't let me switch it around. Okay, so I'm gonna just turn the tripod. Usually it gives me the option where I can switch. You know how you can press on the screen and then switch the camera around? Let's see. Whoops. I just took a picture of okay, it won't let me do it. Okay, so this means that I have to turn the camera around. Okay, here we go. Just can't see myself, that's all. I hope y'all can see me. I hope y'all can see me. If y'all can't, I'm sorry. Okay, hold on, let me raise this a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see me or not, because I can't see myself in the thing. I'm bending down. I can when I bend down. So hopefully y'all can see me. Sorry about that, but I didn't want to have to start this filming all over again. Okay, so let me get my little shawl on, because it's cold up in here. There we go. As y'all know, I'm still recovering, and I'm in physical therapy now, and they kicking my butt. And hopefully this might be the last week, because I've improved. I didn't even do my homework this weekend because I was wore out last week. I had the doctor's appointment. That went well. And then with all that physical therapy, the nurse and stuff, I just didn't feel like doing anything. Then I fell asleep yesterday at 8 o'clock yesterday evening, and when I woke up, I'm thinking, because usually if I fall asleep that late at like 8 o'clock, I'll wake up at about 10, and then I'll be up all night. So I was like, whatever, it's Saturday. But anyway, I fell asleep at 8 o'clock, and when I woke up, I was all crooked into the corner of the couch here, and I woke up and I'm looking around. I looked at my door and I saw daylight. I was like, I know I didn't sleep all night. It was 8 o'clock this morning when I woke up. So I slept all night right here in this spot that I'm at. And when I say every bone in my body is still aching from that mess, I feel like a pretzel. Anyway, I'm glad that happened though. I've been up since 8, no naps today. And if I feel the least bit sleepy before my regular bedtime, I'm going right there to that bed. Believe me. Okay, so anyway, let me tell you about the greenhouse. Okay, I told you about the greenhouse and the specs. So my last greenhouse, I think, was 12 by 12. It was either 12 feet by 12 feet or 12 feet by 10 feet. This one is 20 feet, so it's long. So it's going to be at least twice the size of the last one, or close to it. And it's 10 feet wide and then 7 feet tall. So I don't know how it's going to look once it goes up, but we'll see. And so my friend JD, he'll be coming to put that together. In fact, we're both going to work together to get it put together. And I looked at the videos, the tutorials on YouTube, and they seem pretty easy. And so most of the the content creators that have them, they were saying, okay, these are the cheap greenhouses, but you can turn it into a true hoop house that will last for years and years. And a lot of them were showing off their greenhouses that have lasted over 10 years. So with that, I'm happy, because in the next 10 years, y'all know I'll probably be out of here. So, but if I can get 10 years out of this, I would be very happy. So what I have to do, I'm going to end up putting, I paid $157 for it. I know I'm going to end up putting another 100 or more into the greenhouse. Now I can get the wood for free at Home Depot, because Home Depot has that little miscut batch that you can have for free. They just won't cut it for you. So what I'll do is take my measuring tape, and all I'm gonna need is two 20-foot slats, and then I'll need two 10-foot slats to go around the greenhouse. And so what we're going to do is shore the greenhouse. We're going to take the greenhouse, once we build it, we'll place it on the slats. So we'll be building it on top of the slats. And then we're going to take these 3 1/4 pipe straps, which are the things that hold the pipes down. We're going to drill, I'm going to get some screws, and we're going to drill the greenhouse itself, the bottom of it, down to the wood. That's what shores it up and stabilizes it. It also pulls the cover tight, so that the cover will not blow away or get wrinkly or anything like that. It'll make it kind of windproof, snowproof, and all that. Okay, then we're supposed to get PCP pipe to run a stabilizer up at the top, the ceiling, down the middle. But this particular greenhouse comes with that, and it's galvanized steel and it's thick steel. So I don't think we're going to need the PCP pipe. We'll find out, once JD will be here Tuesday, because he's going ice fishing. So he's coming Tuesday for that. And so he's going to look at the greenhouse then. Okay, then I'm going to get some more wood slats to put after the greenhouse is stabilized to the first set of wood slats. Then the second set of wood slats will get drilled into the first slat to make a second layer. So the greenhouse will set up off of the ground a little bit higher. And then the bottom of the cover will be tucked into the wood slats before we do that. Okay, then before we even start with the greenhouse, I'm going to be laying down weed barrier. So that's where the biggest expense is going to be, buying that weed barrier, because y'all know it's expensive. Then I had to buy the stakes to stake down the weed barrier. So I'm going to put down the weed barrier that will expand the length and the width of the greenhouse, so that once the wood goes down and the greenhouse itself, it'll be on top of the weed barrier. Okay, so that'll be the floor of the greenhouse. And then I've got rugs in the other greenhouse that I'll use in the new greenhouse. And then I'm thinking about maybe putting either some cardboard in there, or I might get some wood, what you call it, those square panels, the wood square panels. I might get a few of those just so that the barrier doesn't get messed up. I'll do that for the middle row. And so that's basically it. So I figure it's going to probably cost about $100 to get that done. Okay, so then, so the next part before we end this, I went through my seed bank on today, and here it is, the seed bank. So I went through it, and although I know I have enough seeds, for the year and everything, I always order seeds, because I'm noticing the seed prices creeping up, especially with Johnny seeds. I know they're good seeds, but come on, I'm not paying that much for a pack of seeds that only come with 10 seeds in the pack. So I ended up getting seeds from M.I. Gardner, and then I also got some seeds from my farmers on eBay, and they were a lot cheaper. I was paying between $1 per pack for like a pack of 50 for $1. And then with M.I. Gardner, I think his seeds come with 25. It either comes with 25 or 50 seeds, and his packs cost $2 with free shipping. And then all the seeds I got on eBay for my farmers were free shipping too. But anyway, so these are the seeds that I ordered. Okay, and all these, with the exception of a few, are seeds that I already have. But I just ordered more of them because those are my staples, and I know I'm gonna be using, seeds from new packs this year. Okay, so what I ordered was I ordered top pick cream peas, and I already have some, but there's only like 3 or 4 seeds left in that pack, so I knew I needed more. And so these are the top pick cream peas, which are Crowder peas. Then I ordered top pick purple hull Crowder peas. I needed more of those. I ordered a lot of sweet peppers because I want to do some. I did Cuban ale and Italian ale last summer, and I did a few other sweet peppers that I would fry, and some of them I grilled and stuff, and I really enjoyed those sweet peppers. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a pepper thing this year. So I ordered the Lesia pepper, which is a pepper that looks like it's like shaped like a heart. I ordered Carmen peppers, pimento peppers, and all these can be stuffed. And that's what I'm gonna do. Like how I like to stuff my squash flower leaves with the cream cheese and Gouda cheese. I'm gonna do the same with the peppers, and then fry them. I ordered some Jimmy Nardello peppers, and so that's it for the peppers. So I ordered like 4 different peppers. And then I still have my Italian ale and Cuban ale peppers too, so I'll be planting like 6 varieties. I ordered my jambalaya okra. I plant that every year. My okra didn't do too good last year. I got okra, but it didn't do as well as it normally does. So I'm gonna try it again this year. And I think I'm gonna plant a little bit more because I only had the 1 plant. So I'm gonna plant maybe 3 or 4 plants and see how that does, especially with the bigger greenhouse. Oh, and my whole garden will be in the greenhouse this year. Okay, and I'll get to what I did for that in a minute. I ordered some from M.I. Gardner. I ordered some Minnesota midget cantaloupe. Someone was talking about that on YouTube, and they said it's like a personal size cantaloupe. They don't get as big as a regular cantaloupe, but they taste just as good, and they look just like a regular cantaloupe. They're like a hand size, so they're small, and they germinate really well and produce well. So I decided to try that. Okay, so the other thing I ended up getting was I got my ground cherries. I get that every year because I plant those for my sister and I. I got crookneck squash, straight neck squash, cushaw squash, yellow scallop, and white scallop squash. Then I bought some ruby red lettuce because I want to grow my own lettuce this year because y'all know that lettuce in the store, it looks wilted, it's brown, and then they want to charge $2.3 million for it. So I'm going to grow my own lettuce to make my own salads this summer. And that's something I can continue to grow throughout the winter if I like in the greenhouse because it's cold tolerant. Okay, then I ordered what they call Ashley cucumbers, and someone said that's a good variety, so I ordered a pack of that just to try that. And then I ordered my little finger eggplant from M.I. Gardner. I ordered some blue lake bush beans and the yellow bush beans. And last but not least, from M.I. Gardner, I ordered some long grain rice. And he was explaining about that. That's a new seed that he has. He said that it's a rice that doesn't need to be planted in a rice paddy. So you don't need to have it in water or whatever. You can just grow it like you would grow wheat or whatever. But you do have to thresh it after you get you have to thresh your rice out of that after it grows. So once you harvest it and cut the stalk down, then you have to willow and thresh it, and that's fine. I can just go in the backyard and put down a tarp or whatever and get the rice out of there that way. So we'll see how that works. So because of the greenhouse and because of me planting in the greenhouse, I decided to try my hand at getting some Parthenocarpic seed varieties, and they call it Parthenon. Parthenon. So a lot of people may have heard about Parthenon seeds. Parthenon seeds or part 9 plants are plants that are hybrid. They're developed, and I don't know how they do it. I know it happens like in the laboratory, scientists do it. And these are plants that do not have to go through pollination like your normal. So they have varieties of squash, they have varieties of tomatoes, eggplants, cucumbers. So I decided although I ordered those other cucumbers and squash and stuff, I am gonna plant those and probably have them on top of that thing like I did last year, on top of that table where animals can't get to them, for my squash flowers alone. But for the squash that I want, I ordered the zucchini, part 9 zucchini. I ordered some Turkish Delight eggplants, which are part 9, so I can plant that and that zucchini right there in the greenhouse, and I don't have to worry about bees pollinating it. I ordered some Legend tomatoes, which is part 9, and I also ordered, let's see, Turkish Delight eggplant, the tomatoes. Oh, I ordered some, hold on. Oh, you know what? I didn't even call all my seeds. Oh, I ordered some China Jade cucumbers. Now that's not part 9, but everyone's been raving about these China Jade cucumbers. They're real long, so I said I would try that, and I'll leave those outside. Oh, and I ordered Diva cucumbers. The Diva cucumbers are part 9, so and they look just like your regular burpless cucumbers. So I'm gonna put those right there in the greenhouse, or the Diva cucumbers, and we'll see how they do. But the other thing that I ordered that I didn't mention because it's written on the side here, I ordered some rainbow Swiss chard seeds, some early Jersey cabbage seeds. I think I mentioned the pimento pepper. Oh, and I ordered some, and this is from M.I. Gardner, I ordered some Hungarian yellow pepper, which is like your yellow sweet banana pepper. I ordered some grape tomatoes, and I also ordered cherry tomatoes. So that's enough seeds for the year, but they'll last me. And as these seed prices go up, my seed bank, I'll continue to add to my seed bank because they're good, they're stored well, and out of the light and everything. So JD, the plan is to get after my eclipse event on April 8th, that following weekend, I'll get JD here. Actually, he can come before then because he doesn't work. He's retired too. So we'll get the greenhouse put together. As soon as that greenhouse goes up, I think I'll probably start my seeds indoors, but I'm not going to do it until mid-April. I started my seeds on the 15th of April last year, and that was perfect. Most of them I started indoors, and then I would take them to my old greenhouse, and they did well because the weather had broke and everything. I would take them out there for the day, and I would only bring them in if I knew a frost was going to hit that night. Other than that, they stayed my little seedlings stayed in the greenhouse, and the sun really made them take off. So I didn't have to use the grow lights as much as I normally do. So hopefully I can repeat that this year, depending on when we get that greenhouse up. And I'm thinking with that hoop house, it's going to get hotter than the other one, and it's going to be so much larger. I may end up being able to start my seeds in the greenhouse itself. It all depends on the weather and everything. And if that's the case, that's going to be wonderful. Although my room is set up now for my seeds starting. And like I said, I'm not going to plant as much this year, but I'm going to plant an abundance of my staples that I normally plant. I'm not going to try anything new this year. So anyway, so that's basically it. So, oh, and let me show you my watermelon bag. Okay, so I've got hold on, got my black yarn here. So I'm going to sew the seeds on. I have to finish my handles, and this is for me. This is going to be my summer bag for the market or whatever, because I only had enough yarn. And the color of this is actually called watermelon. So that's the reason why I decided to make a watermelon bag. After I found the dark green, then I found the sage color, and then of course you have your white. So This is the rind of the watermelon, so to speak, and then this is the watermelon itself. And then I end it with the rind and the green. And then I'm gonna put the seeds on the, on the middle part of the watermelon. I thought about getting some black beads, and I still might do that. I'm gonna see how these seeds that I'm gonna sow on there look. If they don't look right to me, then I'm gonna go get some black beads and just sew the black beads onto the bag. But this is it, the watermelon bag. While I'm waiting on my yarn to get here, it'll be here tomorrow, so I can continue on. And then Joanne had a sale, and somebody bought all the cotton yarn, so I really have none to make my, my bottoms with, because I like for my bottoms to be solid. So anyway, I still have to get some yarn, so I can resume. But in the meantime, I did this bag, and I've got this yarn here. This is all that I found at Joanne, this pink. So I might make a solid colored bag for sale. It'll just be a solid pink bag. And I'll run some white with it, since there's some white undertones in this color. This is the only yarn I was able to find at Joanne, and it's called Flamingo. That's the color, Flamingo Splash. And so they had, and since it was on sale, I bought all of them. I bought like 16 of these, so it should be enough to make a bag. So anyway, so that'll be next on the list. And I wanted to make a poncho for the spring, but I don't know if I have enough yarn to do that, so we shall see. Anyway, I'm rambling again, so I just wanted to come on briefly because I had a lot to say as in regards to garden planning and all that. So I don't know, I'll look at the greenhouse once it's up and decide how I'm gonna decorate it. One thing I know, I'm gonna keep my tables in there. That table that I built, I'm gonna keep that, and all that will be on one side of the greenhouse. But all that other junk that I had up in there, I'm getting that stuff out. Like my fertilizers, I can put that in my shed outside. I want it to look neater and nicer. I want it to be organized. And then, I've got those strawberries too in there, so I've got to make room, for where I'm gonna have those. And then I'm gonna bring all my other fruit that's on the side of the house that didn't do nothing last year. The only thing that did well was the raspberries. So the grapes, all that, everything's coming in the greenhouse because we have too many animals. And so now that the greenhouse will be animal proof and I'll be able to grow in there, I'll just have to regulate the temperature, open the windows, that type of thing. So, and I'm thinking about framing it out and putting a door to it. That's what a lot of the content creators did too, to make it last longer. They framed it out, and instead of using that zip up door that tears up really fast, they framed it, and they used the zip up material to frame it, to cover the door, and then they just used the wood part for the door. They put hinges on it and just made a door, and they said it really made a big difference with the greenhouse. So we'll see. It all depends on how much JD wants to do and, all that stuff. So we'll see how that pans out. But the door will come later. I just want to get the greenhouse up and running first and then do the door later. Maybe later this summer or even next year. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to get back to my work. And may God bless you all. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.